Welcome to my cafe. This is Katsuragi Garden Cafe. I'll be touring you around my cafe in the game MyCafe Recipes and Stories. Now, this is the exterior. I'm going to show you, of course, the exterior as well as the interior design of my cafe, and I'll be as much as possible giving you what style they are. So if you wanted to get those items for your own cafe, you would easily find them. So at the front view, I only have like vision here. I didn't really pay much attention to the exterior design simply because they are not giving you any tips for this. You're just going to spend your rubies, but just for my suggestion, you won't be needing to update or to spend rubies just for your exterior if you haven't really reached the maximum level of your township or cafe structure. So right now my cafe structure is at level 4 French style. I am also trying to build a loft style because I am trying to switch out from French to loft or simply just mix them together, but depending on what's going to work best for me. But for now, since I have started my cafe in French, you would be seeing here at the left side of my cafe that I have like the French stylish equipments. The cakes and ice cream fridge that is here, they are all in French style. So at the front row of my stands, the equipment, I have the cakes. And this doesn't really have any particular order, although I try as much as possible to group all of the cakes together as well as the cupcakes. But for the rest, they are just very random. What I did for the stands here is to alternate them just so you can see the details of the Scandinavian stand. These are, by the way, the Scandinavian stand, and this is the main reason why I am switching to Scandinavia from the general French style. For French style, I don't really have anything very specific that I wanted, but for loft style, it's the Scandinavian style. It took my heart away, so here you go. I'm trying to build this, although it takes a lot of money, and that goes the same with all of the other loft style because they are really quite expensive, really expensive, but they are not giving that much of a tip. The cherries, the oranges are one of the equipments that the developers or Melsoft have added to the list of equipment since they have skipped this a long time ago, and that goes the same with the lemonade and planche here, although it's really different from the previous styles because they have like their own stand, I believe, because there are only 40 stands available and they've already used it up. Some of the newer equipments also, in the higher levels, they also have this transparent like kiosk style equipment. For lemonade and planche, they also have this mantle instead of just a solid tray at the bottom, so that's also something that is new for French stylish equipment. And yeah, so enough of that. So here are just my syrup, and then for the back part of let's just say the kitchen area, I have here my machines, the tea, espresso, americano, hot chocolate, and cappuccino. So I have here the latte at the center just because it looks better there. I have the 3 cups machine as well as 1 cup machine for the stylish equipment, and I got them from the recent 75% off sale. They are not cheap, by the way, but if you're going to purchase a stylish equipment, it would really be worth it to wait for the 75% equipments instead of buying them from the banks, which would usually cost you around 5,000 for this one, and it's just 30% off. Imagine how many more you can buy from a 75% off sale, and sometimes they go also in bundles, which is cheaper, of course. Okay, so for the toppings, I am using the Northern Lights topping. I just feel like this is more appropriate and softer than the loft style shelving unit. As you can see here, the shelving unit is a bit too metallic for me, and that is not really the style I'm going for. It also has that blue under the blue tones which we have in the menu of the Scandinavian. This is also this plants here with pots, that is also from the Scandinavian design in loft style, and this is the combination of French and loft style scones, as well as the paintings, combination of the Scandinavian and the French. And then for the menu, the main menu that I'm using is the Scandinavian, but I just leave the presidential French menu here, the presidential menu in French style here, simply because for the tips. And yeah, it's white and it matches the ice cream, although there is glitch in there, but I can make do with it just because it has really it's giving me a lot of tips in there, so might as well just leave it at there. So as you can see, I have a lot of flowers scattered around here. We have this century at the front, and then at the back there is the cherry flowers from Chinese style, I believe, and this is also from French style. I don't know what it's called, but the others are also from special offers, because sometimes you are getting some of the plants from special offers that are specifically by the theme. So I'm just going to give you like a tour around the cafe, so you'll be seeing a lot of different flowers in here, since that is the style that I'm going for. And this is the main focal point that I am going to keep for my cafe, although we only have 5 of these. So this is from the marshmallow wall decoration. This is something that I absolutely love. This is, I think, my favorite interior decoration from the rest of the other styles. Yeah, and this is the main reason, along with the stands, why I am trying to switch to loft style, because they really have like good decoration, especially for the wall, and I love the wood tones, especially the light wood tones. So this is really something that I am trying to keep across my cafe. So here are at this side, these are especially the area where you wanted to just move around, I think. So I have large windows from the Normandy style of French, and I'm just trying to make it as cozy as possible and giving them a lot of fresh air with the lavender and other flowers from both the Chinese style and loft style. So this one, I am using the tables or the counters for the from the Scandinavian, and they are using the seats from the presidential stools. Yeah, the reason why I'm using the presidential is because, number one, they are much more comfortable to sit onto and they are white, so they are going to match all of the stands here, as well as the counter and the service table. So they have all white accents, as well as the black tones isn't really that far off from the dark browns of the presidential style. So I'm just trying to keep it at that. I just want to make my customers as comfortable as possible. So this is usually where you would want to stare outside and looking at people crossing or walking by. So, because usually you're going to sit on a stand if you are alone visiting a cafe. And I just put all of the other stuff here, the ones that I won't be needing for the equipments and when I am preparing for their orders. And I am just trying to put them all together in one place, simply because if I have like cart orders, it would be easier for me, as well as my staff wouldn't be going the entire cafe just to get one ingredient and prepare a drink. Yeah. So this is just also somehow to make your staff as efficient as possible. So these are the things that you won't be needing, although this would increase your tips, of course, but you won't be clicking on those if you're preparing some orders. So some of the paintings here, let me talk about it. Encompassingly, these are the combination all of the coffee painting from different styles. I think we have the love style, English, French, and I don't know if this is Chinese or American retro. Yeah. And then for this painting, I just got this from the recent event from Max, and I just really love it. So I originally wanted to put the marshmallow decoration at the center, but this really won't go with the theme if I'm going to like separate them from one another, so that it would not really look good. But I guess it worked out with the marble flowers or marble wallflowers here. So I'm fine with it for now. And I think this is the iconic item for the Scandinavian, the bicycle. So no one can ride this though, but it just really looks good and it feels like you're just walking around the park. The overall theme of my cafe is that I wanted to make my staff as well as my customers feel like they're still outside breathing fresh air with all of the plants in there, but they are still in the safety of a roof over their heads. Well, anyway, doesn't really make any sense, but let's go to the dining area of the main dining area of the cafe. So I have the dining area for novelty stuff, but this is my main area. So I'm using the Scandinavian table for 2 and 4, and then this is the collection from the French style. So these are, I believe, Normandy and marble couch. I'm just keeping them simply because they look good and they look nice with the overall theme of the cafe. And this one is this comfy table for 6. I got this from Comet event, where we have like, you know, basically sweep off all of their mess inside our house. The reason why I just put this in here is simply because they are not exactly wood tones, and I wanted to make an illusion that this is something that is meant to be different from the rest of the cafe, from the rest of the Scandinavian style around it. So that is my best effort, and subdividing them using some flowers. So this time around, this is of course one of the novelty items from the special offers, and a simple bush from this is French style as well. So at the center here is the collector's item, and from the recent festival, the music festival, I got some of the items here, and the 3 pianos are also from the Comet's event, as well as the violin. The 2 of these fireplace, I think one is from French style, I believe. Let me check. So one is classic fireplace. This is classic style, and one is from the English style. Still have a few flowers in there just to accentuate the instruments, but essentially this is like the performance stage of the cafe. So I have different piano. One is this, and then this one, last grand piano. And then the vinyl also has its unique sound. And then this recorder is also from the music marathon. If you join the music marathon, you would also be having this one. Alright, so those are the instruments in there, and basically that is the main cafe area. So I have given or provided myself a new room here just for all of the novelty items that I mentioned. These are coming from different tasks as well as the festivals, and I just can't really find them a good place to go with the current style of the Scandinavian, and the color is just too colorful. Although I do have some yellows and reds in there, but it just wouldn't fit the white and wood tones, I believe. And yeah, anyway, so here is the Normandy for two table from French style. I have the vinyl table for two as well. This is requested by Fernando in one of the tasks. I think this is a classic design. Let us check. Yes, this is a classic table. And then this is also the long table for six, is also a prize for the first prize winner of the music marathon, as well as as you can see, my staff here has like uniform from the music marathon. And then they don't have any sounds, but they still look good and they are unique, so I really wanted to showcase them in my cafe, but without ruining the style. So I just resorted to have like this bodega style that they call, but I hope it doesn't look too bodega. But anyway, I have another piano here. Yeah, boogie woogie piano. This is another reward for the music festival. Okay, so I think those are probably it in this area and all of the items that I get from the music marathon. At the other side of the room here are, I think this is also from French style opera. No, presidential, or not opera, with presidential table for four. It doesn't match the simplicity of the other tables, so I resorted to just put it here because it's also giving me a lot of tips. That's one of the main reasons. And it has the paint which can go with the origami tables. Origami is also one of the marathon festival that happened. That time I was not a marathon winner, so I just received a table for four, sorry. So I also have the wall decoration, and I have put in here the award shelf and the television for the ads. So basically that is what my cafe looks like. And by the way, the flooring is also still from the French style. I hope you do enjoy looking around my cafe. If ever there's going like major changes in here once I bought the couch already, but yeah. So if you have any more suggestions, or if you have any questions from where I got all of the items, just let me know, and I'll see you next time.